everybody, to the first podcast of the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop. My name is Robbin Stalma. I'm the event director of the event. And in front of me is Nolan Mooney. Welcome, dude.
Hey, what's up, man? Nice to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have you. Can you tell something more about who you are and why you are here?
Sure, no problem. So, like Robbin said, my name is Nolan Mooney, and I guess the reason I'm here is I used to have something to do with the Lowlands Throwdown. I played a little bit of a role in that. Myself and a couple other guys, we started the entire competition, and I was on like the board of directors. I was the head programmer and head judge, and that was my primary role for 7 years, from 2010 to 2016. And then after that, from 2017 until 2017, 18, and 19, I was a competitor. I competed in the Lowlands Throwdown, once in the elite category before it became a sanctioned event, when that would have been impossible. And then twice as a masters athlete, 35 to 39.
Awesome. And how did it all started? Because how do you start an event like this?
Well, you know, we've been doing the old CrossFit thing for a while here. I started doing CrossFit myself in 2006. I did my level 1, became a CrossFit level 1 trainer in 2008, and then I moved here to the Netherlands in 2009, where I started an affiliate with two of my buddies, Jules Hermans and Dennis Donnemal.
One of the first in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah, we were the second box in the Netherlands, and then shortly thereafter, around 2010, you know, the CrossFit Games has been going on for a couple of years, and we saw these events kind of springing up in the U.S., and we thought, you know what? Hey, we did on some CrossFit out here in the Benelux. Like, we should do that too.
Yeah, man.
And we started off with a friendly throwdown between our box and CrossFit Twente. So that was really the partnership that we kind of started setting this competition up. We called it Sint Gone Bad. And we invited pretty much all the boxes we knew, which came down to about 34 athletes. And I think there were more people that came to watch than came to participate. We should put it like that, right?
That's a good start, right?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was everything that we wanted. It was ultimately just a bunch of us that were really excited about CrossFit, getting together and doing our exercise stuff for time. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. And then it just quickly just got out of hand, you know. Apparently there was a desire. There was some people were into it. Yeah.
How did the competition develop during the years then? Because you said, yeah, it goes quickly, but how?
Yeah, I think so again, there was obviously demand for that kind of thing, this kind of event in our region.
Yeah.
One of the main focus points that we had every single year, and from putting this together, was try to mimic the quality of what we saw at regionals. So I went to the regionals in 2011 as an athlete, and I was just blown away with the professionalism, how everything was run. You know, the structure, the discipline, how everything was run on a time schedule. And you know, if they were a minute off, they were not satisfied with that. Everything had to be run, you know, just like, you know, like a tight ship, right?
Yeah.
And so after 2010, when we decided to continue this, we're like, hey, you know what? Within our means, let's run it as much as we could, like a professional event, like the regionals.
Yeah.
And I think that commitment to quality, providing the athletes, providing the spectators, providing everyone involved with the best quality event, that is really what led to the success of Lowlands Throwdown in general. And it's really what brought it to what it is. Yeah.
Great, man. And how about you and CrossFit? You said you started in 2006, dude.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Yeah, no, yes, it is definitely, I guess I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
At the time, I was still in the military, and I was working as a firefighter, and I had a buddy come up to me, said, brother, you work out all the time. Check out this website. And I checked out that website, CrossFit.com. I saw a workout. I said, that looks crazy. I tried the workout. I said, that was crazy. And I was sold. It really, I spent 4 years in the infantry. I spent 4.5 years working as an airport firefighter. So both of those jobs required a certain level of fitness.
Yeah.
That was, it just really fit with what CrossFit provided. I, up until that point, hadn't found any other training protocol, procedure, anything at all that delivered the results that I wanted for my work, or that gave the same stimulus that I had when doing my work, either in the combat environment and deployments, or in the firefighting kind of world where you've got all your bunker gear on, you got a breathing apparatus, and you can't see anything. You're just working really hard. So the fitness I got from CrossFit just worked for that. And yeah, it felt right. So that's really what got me attracted to it, got me started to it, into it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you came over to the Netherlands, started your own affiliate.
Yeah.
Started a competition.
Yeah. Well, it's always been this passion for CrossFit.
Yeah.
It's one thing in the last 14, I haven't done anything as long as I've done CrossFit at this point. So 14 years consistently doing constantly varied functional movements at high intensity, right? It's just, I get fired up. I'm excited about it. It's, one thing led to another. I was passionate about CrossFit because of the results it gave me.
Yeah.
And then I became a CrossFit level 1 trainer. And I was passionate about teaching others because of the results it gave them and the improvements, both physically, mentally, everything, right? Fitness, health, all of the above. And then I wanted to share that with others. And then I was provided with the opportunity to intern for seminar staff. And in 2010, I was hired by CrossFit HQ to teach the level 1s. And eventually I started teaching level 2s. And it's just all the while this passion for CrossFit and this commitment to delivering the best possible product, whether it be at the seminars or be at the affiliate or in the competition setting. It just, I don't know, man, it kept me going. It motivates me. It fires me up to see how excited people are in the box, at the seminars or at those competitions. Yeah.
Sounds amazing, dude.
It's been a wild ride, man. It's been pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So you are now a CrossFit level 4.
Yeah.
Flowmaster.
I'm a CrossFit level 4 coach.
Yeah.
And I am also a Flowmaster or on-site manager at the CrossFit level 1 and level 2 seminars. So that's my primary work right now. I teach those level 1s or level 2s in the weekends. And then during the week, I'm just a good old CrossFit coach. All day Tuesday, I teach here at CrossFit FSF. And I try to work out every once in a while and work on my own fitness. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, you are way fitter than I am. But
we're just, I've had a little bit more time than you, right?
Yeah, that's
a little bit more time, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Old guy goals.
Yeah.
When you become an old guy, you can have those goals. Yeah.
I need to go. Bye. No. Awesome. Good to have you here. So.
Yeah, what about you, man? What's your role in Lowlands? How did you get on this crazy journey?
I started in 2014 as a volunteer in the materials team. And it was organized by all the people of CrossFit FSF. And I was working out at CrossFit FSF for...
Yeah, this is where you started doing CrossFit too, right?
Yeah, so I'm doing CrossFit now for like 6 years or so.
Very cool.
And so I started as a volunteer in the materials team. And I think, wow, this is awesome, dude. So many fit people together in a weekend, spectators from all over Europe coming over to see their buddies competing, vendors everywhere. So it was just an amazing experience. And it was my first time on a CrossFit competition. And I thought, okay, this is awesome, but some things can be improved.
That could be better, right?
Yeah, that can be better. So I was talking to Jos Hermans at that time, that's the event director, and I said to him, maybe you can improve on these points. And he said, okay, do you want to take care of that next year? And I said, okay. So from a volunteer, I climb up the ladder to be the technical producer of the Lowlands Throwdown. So I arranged all the LED screens and the sound, that kind of stuff. And the year after, I took over the media team as well.
Man, yeah.
So I was the media director and the technical producer in one. And the year after, I was the producer of the whole event. And the year after that, I think that's
That's this year, right?
Yes, this year I'm the event director of the event. So
Boss man, yeah. Very
that
cool.
escalated quickly. You can
Yeah,
say.
I think I really, if we look at like your involvement and where it started and where you got to now, you couldn't have. I think it's just a really amazing, not only like progression, like it's showing your ambition and desire to be better and make the event better, but also your experience is unique in the sense that you've experienced the competition from many different angles.
Yeah.
From being the volunteer on the ground, moving stuff around and experiencing it there, from almost a spectator, but a more involved spectator.
Yeah.
But also working in the areas and on teams that aren't as open to the public or aren't as visible.
Yeah.
But without them, like a technical director to make sure there's screens and lighting, without a media department so that there's pictures and media going out to the public, without them, the competition would be lost.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be possible. And so you have a really thorough understanding of all the pieces and parts that go together to make this competition as successful as it's become.
Yeah, the hardest part for me was the competition itself, because I never did a I never did a CrossFit competition. I never did the open. I'm so sorry.
It's almost like CrossFit and CrossFit competition or the sport of fitness are two different things.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so that was the hardest part for me from now as a director, is to understand the whole process behind it.
Yeah.
About tie breaks, about scoring cards, rule books, that kind of stuff was all quite new for me.
Yeah.
But I'm learning, so that's awesome, and I got a great team that helps me out.
Yeah,
And that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I
for
totally
a director to have, man.
It is like nobody can do it by themselves.
No.
And that was one thing that we learned very quickly from starting Lowlands to getting it to where it is now, which is like a really professional competition and event, is that if you try to do everything by yourself, you will not succeed. You're going to fail. And throughout the years, we've really, everybody's kind of learned their role pretty well. Yeah. And I remember, that was one of the things I was really proud of, how well everybody executed each one of their roles. And now, coming from a different perspective, coming from an athlete side and being lucky enough to have qualified and been able to experience that 3 years in a row, it just seems like every year it gets more refined. It's a little bit tighter. It's a little bit like, yeah, man, cherry. Like, just it's like, oh, dude, the little touches. Last year, like we got those patches. Yeah. Lowlands Throwdown athlete. Man, I felt legit. I felt like an athlete, because I had this little patch that says athlete, right? But those are very small touches that make a big difference. Yeah. It's that attention to detail. And with each year, not only do we have an amazing facility that we go to and we can feel like, like, hey, man, we're all this hard work that we put in throughout the year, it's really paying off and it's being recognized. But so from like the top down, from the facility all the way to those small little notes, like, hey, your patch and those kind of things. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
Yeah.
It's good to hear your story, because you were in the organization, you were programming, you were the head judge, and after you were an athlete. Yeah. And now for this year you will be
a spectator. Yeah. This will be the first year that I don't have like no participation in the Lowlands other than buying a ticket. Yeah, absolutely.
Or maybe you will run the podcast show during the weekend.
Exactly, right? Yeah, maybe I'll be reporting live from on location.
Yeah, great. Yeah. But yeah, that's something we want to keep in mind, is to work on those small details. Yeah. For the athletes, for the volunteers, for the spectators, for everyone involved. If you are a judge and you need to work your ass off on the floor, we make sure that you have drinks, coffee, snacks on the floor, so you can have a quick break and continue working. And that's something that's so special about the CrossFit community and the events, is that people are flying from all over the world to help you out as a volunteer.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's something that it humbled me every single year. Every time I'm a part of any one of these competitions, whether it be, our own competition, which, understandably I was very involved with, and, I had a lot of, attachment to.
Yeah.
But even I judged many years at the European regionals, at the African regionals a couple times, and all the way to the games. None of these competitions would be possible without the volunteers. And one thing that I am really proud of the Lowlands Throwdown for doing is really how well they treat their volunteers. Everybody, even when it comes down to like the type of food that they buy and that they pay for, it's not just junk food. It's not just crap. It's really good stuff. It's, and again, everybody has their own tastes and stuff, but I can tell you that, they buy like all organic food, which is not the cheapest food to go ahead and pay for hundreds of people, but they feel that it's a priority.
Yeah.
The food is good, that the stuff is there, that it's available, and that you get like shoes and you get some shirts. Like it goes a long way. It goes a really long way.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's something we really want to take care of, because without those people, these events stop.
None of them would be possible.
No.
And that's from Lowlands Throwdown to the CrossFit Games.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. None of them would be possible if without the volunteers, period.
And it all runs with people out of the community.
Absolutely.
They're coming over, what I said before, from all over the world, helping out, having a good time, fly back home with a backpack full of experience.
Yeah.
So that's something that's really awesome about these events. And that's something what's happening right now around the world. We have the coronavirus going on.
Yeah.
And we see the whole same community. We see those other sanctioned events that need to postpone or need to maybe cancel in the future. We don't know anything about it yet because we don't know how long it will take.
Right.
But we see that the CrossFit community is really still together, right?
Absolutely. I think and I think we're seeing this more and more. This is a scary time. Right? Nobody knows how this is going to end. And there seems to be no light on the horizon. But I think if you choose to look for it, right? It seems like in the sea of negativity, there are points of hope. And we see that within our own community. We see how, like everybody's struggling right now. If you're a CrossFit trainer, if you are an affiliate owner, at least in the Netherlands, your affiliate has been shut down. Yeah. Right? Your doors are closed and business is not as usual. However, every single affiliate is finding a way to connect with their community. And just with FSF alone, like we're doing home workouts like many other affiliates. Yeah. But what we also have are members making videos, their own home videos of how they're going to do the work. It's hilarious. And then you get the other members commenting. So we still have this kind of the community we had in the box, the FSF feeling. Yeah. They're getting there. So even in these trying times where it's stressful and we don't know what's going to happen, there's those glimpses of hope. Yeah. That's what we need to hold on to right now more than anything.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and I think what also is really important is that people still need to work on their fitness, right? Because
absolutely,
how fitter you are, how longer it will take till you get to the sickness if you see it on the...
Yeah, if we think about, again, first and foremost, guys, I am not a doctor, right? I have no letters behind my name.
No, we are not a doctor.
Only the letters I use to spell my name, right? That's all I got, right? But in what we talk about at the Level 1 seminar, we have a very clear and objective definition of both fitness and of health. Yeah. And, our definition of fitness is work capacity across broad time modal domains. And our definition of health is your fitness throughout your life. Now, when talking about fitness and talking about health, we mention one of the four models that supports this definition, the sickness, wellness, fitness continuum. Yeah. And what we say is the closer you are to fit, the further away you are from sick. So fitness becomes then, a hedge, or it creates a buffer against sickness. So in times like this, where really the biggest fear of everyone is becoming sick, and this is a virus, right? So it acts differently. Again, I'm not a infectious disease specialist whatsoever. But the fitter you are, the closer you are to healthy and fit, the more resistance you will have, the better protection you will have for these things, the more area you have to fall. Now, guys, there's no guarantees. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to affect you or me if or when we get infected. But if we all sit at home and we're not working on our physical health or fitness, and we're not working on things like nutrition or sleep, we're not paying attention to these things, we're not paying attention to what our psychological and emotional kind of levels are like, or if we're really positive or negative, I do not believe that we're going to maintain that buffer that we've worked so hard to get.
Yeah.
So when you're at home, like focusing on things like, what can I actually make a change about? What can I actually do? Well, go on the internet, go on social media, and pick one of the thousands of home workouts.
Yeah.
Make some kind of routine in your house. Hey, I'm going to get up every day at the same time. Super easy to go binge on Netflix.
Yeah.
Because we're at home now.
Yeah, and Netflix will run 24 hours a day.
24 hours a day, man,
Yeah.
right? But try to come up with some kind of routine. Hey, I'm going to wake up at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock if you're into that, whatever. And then from 8 to 9, I'm going to move. And then after that, I'm going to maybe do some meal prep. I never had time to do that before, so now I'm going to invest some time in that. I'm going to try to have one meal a day, just fully prepped like I've been planning on, but now I have the time for it. Try to come up with some kind of schedule, build in that routine, build in that discipline, and see if you can implement it. There's a lot of really small things that we can start, just one thing at a time. Maybe it's just getting that wake up every single day really consistent. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and what you see all over the globe is that when gyms are shutting down, the members can get some of the equipment. So you can borrow a kettlebell or dumbbell or even a barbell. I saw some rowers
being lent out or
being moved around in a car that doesn't fit. But
I would say as long as everybody is staying within the recommendations of whatever their local government is saying.
Yeah.
If we're paying attention to the situation, the most current situation in your region. Yeah. And really think about each other, I think we can do this. I think we can help each other. We can help support individuals, athletes, coaches, just everybody's fitness, help protect their health and their emotional state.
Yeah.
How do we maintain that connection with our community? How do we keep a more positive attitude in these really stressful times?
Yeah, and not only within your CrossFit community or within your CrossFit box community, but also think about your grandpa, your grandma,
maybe people
your
outside
family.
of the community. Yeah, the neighbor.
Yeah, the neighbor, the old lady around the block, think about each other and help each other out in these times, because we need each other. Without each other, we cannot, I would say we cannot survive, but
hey, nobody's in this alone.
No.
That's it, man.
We're all in the same boat.
My oldest son, he goes to preschool, and his right now all the schooling is being done kind of online. So the teacher has a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And she gave as an assignment to the kids to go out and draw something in chalk on the street so that everybody can see it. And she said, hey, maybe there's some elderly people in your neighborhood that they can't go outside right now. Draw it big enough and pretty enough with big colors so they can see it and they can enjoy your picture. And like those kind of messages, it's like, now, you know what? Those aren't just for little kids. It should be for everybody.
Yeah.
It should be for everybody. Let's support each other where we can. Let's share. Every weekend I tell people at level ones, let's share the best part of CrossFit with everybody. Let's share the community. And whether they like CrossFit or not, whether they do CrossFit or not, that doesn't matter. Everybody likes barbecues and beers. Yeah. Maybe the barbecues are put on hold. Yeah. Maybe we do barbecues with a good social distance. Yeah. But that just a gesture of hope, of care, I think that's a really important message.
Yeah, and it's not only to the community or to the people back home, to the older people, but also think about how it is for your box owner who gets the message within 1 hour. your affiliate needs to be closed
Yeah.
because
Close
of
your doors.
because of the health of the whole
Yeah,
nation, right?
Exactly, right? Of the entire region, of the whole country that you're in.
Yeah, but think about it. People worked their asses off for their business, right?
Yeah.
And within an hour,
All of a sudden shut down.
yeah,
All the
dude,
restaurants, cafes,
everything.
fitness spaces, whatever, CrossFit boxes or not, otherwise, right? Yeah.
They need to shut down within an hour.
Yeah.
That's
I think what's really important right now, and for everybody, right, regardless of what you're doing and what your focus is we're all in this together.
Yeah.
And it'll be all right. We're gonna come through this. We're gonna come through this one way or another, And again, I'm maybe a little bit of a positive guy. I always believe that we're gonna get through it.
Yeah.
There is no doubt, or at least to me, my expectation is it's probably gonna get a little bit darker before it gets lighter.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally agree.
But we don't know. Nobody knows.
No.
And I think if we keep a cool head, we stay calm, and remember that hope. Remember how awesome our community is, because that ain't going anywhere.
No.
It's still going to be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and it will be maybe even better after, right?
Absolutely.
Again, nobody knows.
Yeah.
But what we know is that we will remain making this podcast. We will talk to athletes, coaches, box owners, people out of the community. If you have any questions or things we need to talk about, please let us know. Drop it in the comments.
Put them in the comments. Let us know. Send us a message. Anything, guys. Like, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Let's bring those stories that I know are happening all over the world. I know that FSF isn't unique.
No.
Right? In that case, I guarantee, because we're seeing it all over the world.
Yeah, man.
Let's bring those to light. Let's share those stories. Let's share that hope with as many people as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about fitness. We're going to talk about nutrition. We're going to talk about the Lowlands, because it's the Lowlands Throwdown podcast, right?
That would make sense. Yeah, I
That would
agree.
make
Yeah.
sense. So we will update everyone,
Yeah.
from spectators to athletes to the whole community worldwide.
Cool.
We will update them the upcoming weeks, month, years. How long we decided to make this podcast. But
If you know me personally, you know I like to talk.
yeah, I know you.
So again, I think we're not going to run out of words to say,
no.
but we definitely want to know what you guys want us to say.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
let's talk about it.
Yeah. Nolan, thanks very much for this episode.
Hell
And,
yeah, man. Thanks for having me here. I'm super stoked about this, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah, looking forward, man. Thanks.
All right, brother.